Okay, is there anybody who hasn't seen me before? Yeah. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, I will have to explain. I am a pop star with 2 hit records. And my first hit dates back to 1977. I know, I've been a pop star for a long time. My first hit was called Call Baby, That's Really Free. And it was with my guitarist, Wild Willie Barrett, who's actually not here tonight, but no, don't worry, I get over that problem just simply by replacing him with a fuzz pedal. Tell you what, it's brilliant, yeah, tell you what, in the solos, close your eyes, I'll use the fuzz pedal, and yeah, quite honestly, you don't really notice the difference. So, here we go, from 1977, Really Free, here we go. In the morning, tell me ready, what do you see? I see my true love, and she walks and she kisses me also. Cool baby, that's really free. And I'm walking down your house. And baby, is it good to me? Good morning, pal. They just want to take me also. Cool baby, that's really free. And really free. To your mama. Hello, what's wrong with me? Every time I go near your baby, you say, cool baby, that's really free. I try singing in the bathroom with the heat on me. Every time you move towards my body, I say, cool baby, that's really free. I really think, No, please. My first hit hasn't finished. I've only got 2 hits. I don't want to miss bits of one of them out. Now, with the hits, you try and find ways to make them last, as long as you can. So, I wake up in the morning. Tell me, baby, what do you see?
I see my true love.
No, I see my true love. That's my bloody hit. She walks up and she kisses me. I say, "Go, baby, that's really free." I really think, Okay, what I'm going to do now is the B-side of my first hit, right? Which actually came out the same year and sold just as many copies. Now, what I have done in the past, which been a bit stupid of me really, is there's been people in the audience who haven't seen me before, and I've just played this song, right, without bothering to explain how good it is. It's stupid, isn't it? And if I just played this song and you hadn't been told how good it is, I simply have no way of knowing. Coming up to Millennium for Poetry Week, the BBC had this poll, and I wanted to try and find what the nation thought were the greatest lyrics that had been written in those 2,000 years since Christ was born. Right? And the BBC were quite surprised. I was a bit. To discover that my song, Beware of the Flowers, because I'm sure they're going to get you there, was more popular than anything written by Bob Dylan. This was voted the nation's 7th favourite lyric. Number 6 was Yesterday by Paul McCartney. This song is almost as good. It's Yesterday by Paul McCartney. Okay, let's make this big one for Otway. Look out, baby, look out. Here's the kiddies gonna get the blues when you go away. I'm on fire because I'm in love with a girl who's not the girl she was when I was out with her. Saw you in the garden, baby, you look so beware of the flowers because I'm sure they're gonna get you. Yeah! I won't cry if you say goodbye. Maybe I'll just kick myself inside. outside. I really wanted to go home. You might say that today was the very last time I walked this way. Don't tell him I'm on your own. Tell him where to go to, baby, but you know I wouldn't dare. Beware of the flowers, because I'm sure they're going to get you. Yeah. Disagree, disapprove, maybe they all said it was me who went out in the mood. Can you be so sure, baby, when the love shines, it's pure, it's a light that shines on us. There's someone who loves you, baby, and nobody really cares. Beware of the flowers, because I'm sure they're gonna get you. Yeah! So there you go, that was my hit from 1977. But you know, it was actually 25 years before I had another hit. I know, I remember those hitless years so well. Quite seriously, I would actually get to this point in my show, right, I've run out of hits. but you know, I'm a professional and I realised it was actually quite important to keep people's attention. And I found this worked quite well. Not many guitarists have got one of these. In fact, a lot of guitarists don't even know what one of these is called. It's a 12-string. And the reason I've got one, I think it's quite interesting. You know, I was actually born left-handed. However, the last instrument I learned to play was a violin. And you might not know this, but it is actually illegal to play left-handed violin. That is, if you join an orchestra, you know, the bow can go in the other person's eye. So, because I did that. But years later discovered I could do that just as badly. This is an old sweet song called Blockbuster, which I can do 2 chords, this one and this one. You better beware. Now you better take care, look. You better watch out if you've got long black hair. Now, that look in his eyes. Don't be surprised if you can't see what's going on behind his disguise. No, nobody knows where Buster goes. Now, he'll steal your woman out from under your nose. Now, does anyone know the way?
We just haven't got a clue what to do.
Hang on, did I hear someone say, we just haven't got a clue what to do? Oh, deadly. The cops are out. No, they're running about. They don't know if they can block Buster out. He's got to be caught. No, he's got to be taught. Look, he's far more evil than anyone here ever thought. How does anyone know the way?
There's got to be a way.
Yeah, there's got to be a way to block Buster. Take it away, Debbie. A few years ago, me and Deadly here did a tour of the Highlands of Scotland. And that's a good tour, it's a really nice tour. And one of the nice things I remember about doing this tour was doing this next song. Because funny, people would come up to me and Deadly at the end of the night and say, oh, thanks for doing that song. Because they just identified it there with it so strongly. And what's really weird is there's places around Leicester that are just like the Highlands of Scotland. Because this is a song about places that don't have good coverage for mobile phones. Right. And in order to do this song, Deadly was quite clever and invented something. It's a very simple little device. It just sort of a bit of that really. Because it's great, isn't it? You go somewhere beautiful like the Highlands of Scotland or Leicester, and you look on the phone, there's no coverage, and you can just enjoy the beauty of the place. But there are times when it's really important. And this is a song all about that, and it's called You. And it goes like this. Hey honey, your mobile's breaking up. You texted me with, we've just broken up. I've got this problem. I don't know what to do. Just call us back. 012 2. I wanted to hang up our phone. Honey, I think you got the wrong end of the stick. You thought I was seeing your friend behind your back, but we were organising a surprise party for you, and it's tonight at the Half Moon. And it's going on till 2. Now just call us back. Oh, Now Julie's driven down from Liverpool, and Jamie is here from York. No, shut up, don't talk the problem. Your parents are here too. Call us back. Honey, your mobile's breaking up. You're texting me with oh God, now it's engaged. I wish I was. I remember during lockdown thinking, there's a lot of people that have followed my career since the late 1970s.
Four sods.
Well, they would have noticed still one thing, and that is my show hasn't changed very much. So what I thought during the lockdown what I would do is do some work, and to make the show, a bit different, so it'd be a bit fresher when I came back. And I didn't want to do anything drastic, like new material. But it did occur to me that you do have Deadly and Lonely at the side of the stage doing nothing. And so when I add some harmonies, that's a really nice idea in principle, but in practice it doesn't work. It doesn't. If you get a roadie and you stick them in front of the microphone, and they just go, check 1 2, check 1 2. You can't sing. So I did something quite clever. I built a French girl in a box. To do the harmonies for Deadly, is she working?
Yeah.
Oh yes. So and it's great now because I know I did all these songs with all these harmonies, and Deadly doesn't have to open his mouth. Great. And this is a rather sad, romantic song I wrote off this guy I really liked a lot, and left me for somebody better. I've got lots of songs like that. This one suits the harmonies. It's called Middle of Winter. I'm so cold and you're so warm, and it's the middle of winter.
Middle of winter.
I'm so cold and you're so warm, and it's the middle of winter.
Middle of winter.
Who's the boyfriend? Is he new? And is he entertaining you? Tell me, does he take you to the places that you want him to? I see you got some brand new clothes, brand new shirt and brand new shoes, and you're showing off with the things you got, and you're walking around with your hair cut short. You won't say where you've been away since you came back yesterday, but you've got yourself a suntan in the middle of winter. Who's the boyfriend? What's he like? His car's outside your house all night, and I don't know what's happening, and it makes me feel like hitting you. I'm so cold, and you're so warm, and it's the middle of winter. Quick.
Middle of winter.
I'm so cold, and you're so warm, and it's the middle of winter.
Middle of winter.
Help. There's a man's washing on your line. Now where the hell did that come from? Bermuda shorts in the middle of winter? See, you got some brand new clothes and brand new shirt and brand new shoes, and you're showing off with the things you got, and you're walking around with your haircut short in the middle of winter. So cold, and you're so warm, and it's the middle of winter. Middle of winter. Ooh, ooh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I did this song next, because I think this song's actually really quite interesting. It's a song I wrote years and years and years ago, and I didn't realise how relevant this song will be years later. It's very funny. I remember playing this song to this girl during the lockdown, and she said, "Otway, you're so prophetic." I think that's what she said. But what's quite astonishing with this song is when you listen to the lyrics, as the song goes on, it just becomes apparent. I mean, just how prophetic I am. Yeah. After my rejection, she gave me an injection that immunized me from the disease of love. The allergic reaction to that burning infection was fierce, but it really did the job. She cured my affliction with a pure dose of passion, and the antibodies did what they could. They killed off the bacteria that's causing the hysteria by dancing around in my blood. So you can move me, you can groove me, you can put your arms around me, play games I could never dream of. You can kiss me, caress me, try to seduce me, but I'm cured and I can't catch love. She cured my affliction with a pure dose of passion. She said, "Honey, does it hurt when I press there?" She lied and she cheated. She laughed when I objected. Now that's what I call intensive care. So you can move me, you can groove me, you can put your arms around me, play games I could never dream of. You can kiss me, caress me, try to seduce me, but I'm cured and I can't catch love. Do you want a diagnosis? Do you want to get over this? She said as she was taking my pulse, "I've taken some samples down to the lab. Just wait until you get the results." I was addicted, drowning. I had to keep swimming. I had to keep taking the drug. She used aversion therapy, so no one else can get me. And now, no, I ain't got that bug. So you can move me, you can do me, you can put your arms dream of. You can kiss me, caress me, even undress me, but I'm cured, and I can't catch love. I said I'm cured, and I can't catch love. Hey. 6 years ago, I did a new album called Montserrat, and I'll do a couple of songs from it. But I'll do them in the second half. I won't do them now because I want you to stay. So I'll do a song from an earlier album. That album was called A Premature Adulation. And now this is a nice song from the album. It's called Poetry and Jazz. She said it's hard for me to explain to you the brightness of the light. I can still remember when my life was like that, a real and painless beauty I remember as a kid, when I thought that I knew everything, and in a way I did. She was a virgin then, a child in a million, with deep round hazel eyes of blazing intuition. She called me over to her side and said, "Will you please listen? I want to show you something. And it's something I've just written and I'm calling it Poetry and Jazz." She watched her happy family turn to a broken home. Her father left with someone else, her mother on her own. Her 14th birthday, her mother spent in tears as she celebrated on her own her adolescent years. It was hell then, caught in the crossfire of an emotional triangle she couldn't keep together. I held her softly and she sobbed upon my shoulder, saying, "As you are the closest thing that I've got to a brother, explain to me, why is life so sad?" 16 was better, because 16 was boys, makeup, parties, alcohol and clothes. Saying to your boyfriend, "Come on, get out of bed. Look, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and my mother's coming back." And she smiled and her eyes filled with laughter. She didn't know if it was love, but it didn't really matter. She called me on the phone and said, "Hey, get this big brother. I've just got rid of one boyfriend and got myself another. Listen, this one drives a Jag." She left school and boyfriends for university, 3 years of study for an art degree. Her clothes were outrageous, her hair was many colours, her look was radical, and so were her ideas. She said, "This is brilliant. This place is heaven. On a score of 1 to 10, I'd give this place 11. It kicks you up the ass and it fires you with ambition." I often used to feel as if life was just a prison. Now I realise it isn't quite that bad. I was invited to an exhibition a little while ago, to an art gallery in Paris where she has a studio. She looked sophisticated. She was wearing a bronze tam and she'd sold all her work for some outrageous sum. And I looked at her and I started laughing. I said, "Look, you're supposed to be an artist. You're supposed to be suffering." And she just smiled back and pointed to this painting of a young girl around which she'd written out this poem she'd shown me once, called Poetry and Jazz. My name is Angela, I am 12 years old, and I've given up on working hard and doing as I'm told. I see a child psychologist who spotted in my head a recipe for delinquency, or something just as bad, but I'll fight for my independence. I see the world in another way to my teachers and my parents. My priorities are different and my life is not as aimless. I am not disruptive, I'm not dangerous, I wear them on purpose, like poetry and jazz. She said, "It's hard for me to explain to you the brightness of the light. I can still remember when my life was like that, a real and painless beauty I remember as a kid. And I thought that I knew everything, and in a way, I did." me and Willie had our hit in 1977, I remember thinking, we've cracked the UK, and we really ought to try and crack America. And we gave it a go, and it didn't work. And for a long time, I didn't know why. But I think I do now. I think what it was, really, was the Americans have got a slightly different sense of humour to me. And I think this sums up quite neatly, actually, because there was one point in that show with Willie where I would go, okay, we're going to do a song about the American Civil War. It's called Oh My God, We're Going to Remember the Alamo. And we did the gig, and we'd go to the dressing room, and there'd always be a queue of people waiting to talk to us. We'd always make them wait, so 20 minutes, half an hour before we came out, and then when we came out of the dressing room, the first one in the queue would go, "The Alamo wasn't the American Civil War." And we go, "Yes, we know." And they waited half an hour to tell us. I have this huge problem because I still think that's funny. 880 were challenged by Travis to die. By a line he drew with his sword as the battle drew nigh. And he that crossed over that line was for glory, and he that was left better fly. And over the line crossed 179. Hey! Up Santa Ana, they're killing your soldiers below. So the rest of Texas will know and remember the Alamo. Dying, his blood and his powder were dry, with his knife at the ready to take him a few in reply. Now young Davy Crockett lay laughing and dying, the blood and the sweat in his eyes. But for Texas and freedom, a man was more willing to die. Hey, up Santa Ana, they're killing your soldiers below. The rest of Texas will know and remember the Alamo. Now a courier came to a battle once bloody and loud. She found only skin and bones where she once left a crowd. So fear not, little darlings of dying, if your world is sovereign and free. We're gonna fight to the last as long as liberty leads. Hey! Up Santa Ana, they're getting your swords below. So the rest of Texas will know. Oh my God, we're gonna remember the Alamo. Okay, this next song came about. It's quite interesting because I remember the gig. As each year, I was sort of like playing on stage, and it was a gig with the band. And it's absolutely true. There was this girl in the audience, right, that just kept looking at me. No, seriously. I was just trying to explain at the end of the gig what it was like to the band, and the band didn't get it. I mean, I think the problem with the band is, they're musicians, they're not pop stars. The only way I could get through to her, what this was like, was by writing a song. And I wrote the song about the experience, and it's called Her Eyes Were the Lasers of Love. A certain passion can happen in a moment, it can certainly appear in a flash. It only takes momentary weakness to start an adrenaline rush. A I felt nuclear fission in my peripheral vision, and I really should have turned away. But then she looked towards my face and all hell broke loose, and I don't know what came over me. Cause all the information my brain was computing was coming to me at the speed of light. And I thought I saw stars, and I thought I saw rockets, and I thought, this is bonfire night. There's no reflection, just a straight connection. What the hell was I thinking of? And I thought, good grief, heavens above, those eyes are the lasers of love. I've always taken chances with romantic glances. I never thought I had to wear shades. But the last time it happened was a long time ago, and you know how the memory fades. The burning sensation kept my eyes wide open. I was taking everything in, but it was too late. I had to retreat and I gave in. Lasers of love, trapped like a rabbit in the headlights of a car. Lasers of love. And you know it's gonna hurt, and you know it's gonna scar. Lasers of love. With your head yelling no, and your heart screaming more. She said, all is fair, and we're there, oh, and all the information the brain was computing, coming to me at the speed of light. And I thought I saw stars, and I thought I saw rockets, and I thought, this is bonfire night. But there's no reflection, just a straight connection. What the hell was I thinking of? And I thought, good grief, heavens above. Those eyes are the lasers of love. A few years ago I did a tour with Wilco Johnson and the Hamsters. It was a great tour. It was called a Mad, Bad and Dangerous Tour. It's good, it's really great. I loved it. I seriously had a brilliant time on that tour. And I think the reason I enjoyed it as much as I did was because I stole the show. And it was really funny the way I did it, and it was with this trick that I sort of nicked from Madonna. Now, Madonna was the first person I ever saw do this on Top of the Pops. She had a little device that went round there, which meant she could run around the stage singing with both hands free. And because I'd watched Blue Peter when I was a child, it was quite obvious to me you could do the same thing Madonna was doing with 2 white coat hangers and 7 pieces of black sticky back plastic. Look at this. Oh, deadly, you can remove the microphone stand, it is superfluous. Oh, bloody good, isn't it? I'll tell you what was funny, because first night of the tour, Wilco Johnson's at the side of the stage, checking me out. And I'm doing this, and I can see him kicking himself, thinking, why the hell didn't I think of that? Second night of the tour, walked into his dressing room, opened the wardrobe. He'd gone and got a row of these. Louisa said, get me a saddleboard, going around my street, cause you and me together are going for a ride. And up on the hillside, and up on Whitney Foot, I said, you want to see Louisa riding out, riding on the house. Gonna get my single white started, gonna charge all down the track. Look out, Windsors are front and back. Away upon the roadside, no way up to the cross, where I saw Louisa riding and riding on that horse. Louisa said, get me a saddle, boy. Go on. Going down my street, cause you and me together are going for a ride. And up on the hillside, and up on Whitey's Cross, I think you ought to see Louisa riding, and I'm riding on her horse. used to happen quite a lot on that tour because we had Wilco Johnson and the Hamsters on the same bill. You'll get, some people turning up to the shows to hear some really good music. I could all spot them. They'd be at the front rubbing up with a coat hanger. And they weren't smiling. And I knew what they were thinking. They were thinking, that's just bloody stupid. But what I liked about that, I kept thinking, if they think that's stupid, I mean, what are they going to make of the next song? So you wouldn't have come across these. Not if they're into good music. Oh, by the way, I'll take a break after this song because a lot of people have said, oh, bloody hell, I need a beer after that. And I just mentioned I've got some merchandise and I've got a load of CDs. I mean, only 2 have got hits on. But I've got 2 autobiographies, 1 for each hit. I'll tell you what I have got, I really quite like. Is that I'm a John Otway fan. Yeah, and this says something about the Canadians. We just did a few dates in Toronto last week, and we took some of these over. Some people bought some. Who would have thought? So this is a song called Body Talk. Oh, God grief. I'm really sorry about this. I'm going to have to make an apology because the song's not going to be as good as it ought to be. He said, no, actually my fault, it's Deadly the Roadie's fault. Because when we were in Canada, this one broke. And I said, got a gig next Thursday, make sure you get it fixed. And he hasn't bothered. Oh, I said, no, I know. It's actually bloody annoying. I mean, look at this. Doesn't this look stupid? I know. It's his fault. We got around it in Canada. I would just get Deadly to be my left buttock. No, it helps. It makes me look a bit less stupid. Doesn't it? Okay, just straight out. Okay, so this is a song called Body Talk. Now, when I started doing this without my guitarist Wild Willie Barrett, I would get some complaints. And I get complaints because people would sort of say, well, when you do it on your own, it's not really a song, is it? It's just you hitting yourself doing a few words. I mean, and that had a point, but luckily there is a musical instrument. I play rather well, it's my theremin, and I've discovered that as well as hitting myself, if I throw in a little bit of melody, thank goodness for that. It sounds like a song now, doesn't it? So, this is Body Talk with theremin. The way that you run, the way that you walk is all body talk. The way that your lips hold your cigarettes. If you're gonna laugh, if you're gonna cry, oh honey, yeah, give it away with your body talk. Every single movement from your head to your toes is body talk. Now, that has to be a giveaway. If you're thinking of me passionately, I can see more body talk in your hair. Yeah, body talk. Here we are. More body talking. I'm making so much noise with my body. Big thumbs around. Thank you. See you in 20 minutes.